Hi, I'm Alessia,
Hi, I'm Giancarlo.
and we're gonna do my heritage, my culture coffee chat. For my first question, where were you born, and where were your parents and grandparents born?
I was born in Maracaibo, Venezuela, and my parents were both Italian. They were born in Padova and in Bari.
If you know where our ancestors originally came from, please share a bit of what you know about the place.
Well, they both came from Italy, and I know the area very well because I've been there many times.
What do you like about it?
It's by the ocean, where my father is. It's a fishing town. Instead, my mother is from a very up north region, which is full of churches and history.
Cool. Please share the aspects of your cultural background that you're proud of.
I would say the biggest one is the family values. Family is a big important part of my heritage.
What important family traditions do you want to keep and why?
Family Sundays lunch.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, I love
The
it.
whole family gets together and enjoy lots of foods.
Is there a story behind how our family came to live where we do now?
Sorry, can you repeat it?
Is there a story behind how our family came to live where we do now?
No, because we live in the U.S. There's not a story, but I can tell you a story of how they went to Venezuela.
No, like we came. Like, why did we come here?
We came here because it was closer to Venezuela than Italy, because we were living in Italy
Yeah.
before. So we wanted to be closer to my mom, who was still living in Venezuela, but then she moved to the U.S. as well.
How do you think our culture has changed over the years, and what parts do you hope never change?
It has changed, like everywhere. The family values are not the same as when I remember them in the past when I was a kid. And I hope it doesn't change, because it was a big part of the family being together and doing everything together.
What languages do your parents or grandparents speak?
Italian and Spanish.
Please share words, expressions, or phrases from our heritage that are special to you, and why are these so dear to you?
Oh, that's a tough one. Let me see.
Was there like something your nonna always said, or?
Yeah, well, she said something, "Que bel puteo," which means "what a nice kid." That's in the. It's not Italian; it's the dialect of her region.
What was one of the most remarkably impressive, shocking changes in the way humans communicate, and how has this change impacted our family?
The phones. The phones have been what has changed communication, I believe. There's no more actual
Like face-to-face,
conversations,
yeah.
face to face. Now everything is through a phone. It's very impersonal. I don't like it, but it's the way of life.
Were there any dress codes or expectations that
Yes,
when you were growing up?
yes. Before, you had to dress nicely every single day. Now, not so often. Like, especially in the U.S., you see people in pajamas
Yeah.
in the shopping center, or that's something you are never gonna see in Italy, for example.
How would you describe your everyday style of dress?
Casual.
Like not as
a
formal?
pant, not as formal, no. A dress pant, and a polo shirt.
That's more formal than most people hear that.
Yeah.
Very good job. What holidays or traditions did you celebrate growing up?
Christmas,
That's
a
the
big one. Yes, that's a big one. Also, name day.
That's when you're like the same, right?
It's your same,
Yeah.
like your same day.
When you were my age, what traditional meals were your favorite? Is there like a special memory that you can attach to this meal?
Yes, gnocchi,
When
which
you're-
my grandmother used to make for me anytime I asked.
What was your childhood like?
A happy one. I remember it being very happy.
What are
With
some
all my cousins and
yeah?
playing.
What are some values that were important in your childhood home?
Honesty and hard work.
Can you tell me your favorite story about one of her relatives?
When my grandfather immigrated to Venezuela, It's funny because he had to go to Genoa and take a boat, and he was supposed to come to New York to the U.S., but he met some friends in the port, and they told him about Venezuela, and he changed his ticket and changed his destination.
I couldn't be alive.
Well,
Are there any funnier? Oh, yeah, you just told me this one. Are there any funny or touching stories that have been passed down? Like a separate one? No.
no, not that I remember. No, but well, maybe how my parents met. My mother going on her boat ride from Italy to Venezuela. She met a lady who then gave her a job as in a hair salon, and that's where. And this lady was the cousin of my father. So when my father went to say hello to her cousin, he met my mother.
That's cute. How has your culture shaped your view of the world?
I would say basically it has made me a hard worker because I come from a family who immigrated and had to work hard. So hard work.
Is there a song, proverb, or saying that reflects our heritage? And what's that?
Let me think. Yes, I'm trying to remember how to say it in English. This proverb.
Just say it. I can find out.
Is that I don't remember it exactly. Can we go back to that question after?
Yeah. How can I keep our culture and traditions alive for future generations?
By honoring your ancestors and doing what you remember that you did as a kid, and keep on doing it, and then transmitting it to your kids.
What's something about me that makes you really proud or brings you joy?
That you are a hard worker.
Yay. What's one value you hope I carry with me for the rest of my life? Why this one?
Honesty. Because always it's important to be honest. Because people are gonna remember you if you're a good person.
What is like an object, heirloom, or item in our home that has a cultural or sentimental value to you?
A what?
Like something like in our house like has like a culture like.
I would say a small painting of Padre Pio, which is a saint of the area of my father.
Okay, we're done.
We had a question.
Oh
about
yeah, that's
the
true.
proverb or a song. Well, maybe a song. I remember the Nel Blu di Pinto di Blu, which is a
that
famous song also in America that you used to love and you used to sing all the time when you were little. That I remember. It has meaning because you liked it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
For our shared activity, we do Lego a lot. So my dad is currently building, what is this? A little cafe, little garden. It's really cute.
It's a pub, an English pub.
An English pub. And I feel like this is like an activity that really connects our family. We started doing it in 2020 during the pandemic. And we built like a multitude of sets since. We're doing one my dad's doing right now. And I help out everyone. We do them together and it's really good. This is like a shared activity that we do together and it really connects us. And we're building Lego. And this is the collection. It's really cool. So we're building this Lego right now. And that's it. Thank you. Having this cultural coffee chat with my family helped me really appreciate the deep layers of me and who I am and how my culture comes into play with this. I learned stories that I haven't heard before, like my grandparents meeting, or like the very close calling of my grandfather never coming to Venezuela. And these stories were like wonderful to hear. They helped me hear about the values my parents and grandparents held close, made me realize how these same beliefs really do shape me today, even if I hadn't noticed before. It's so powerful to see how our traditions, language, and food carry memories and identity. And what stood out most was how proud my family is in our culture and how much I hope to continue it forward. The experience reminded me that keeping our heritage alive isn't just about repeating customs, it's about understanding the love and resilience behind them.